Okay, we're on. Hello everyone. Welcome to City of Ruina version 4.3 Devstream. This stream will serve as a general purpose stream to show what is to come and what we have. My name is J Corp Fixer, but most people call me Nugget.
Is it my turn?
With me I have Jacob Draken and Vegetable Neat, two developers.
Yo. And, well, for starters, the text-to-speech obviously got my username wrong. It's Drakon, but I am known as Asperger of Autism, the arbiter of the City of Ruina Discord server. The
And
effective... Yeah.
My bad.
No, you go. You go.
I'm Judgment Neat. That's about it. I'm also one of the devs for this.
Yeah.
Veg is the guy who broke the system 9 times and I gave him a position.
Well, in comparison, I'm the one who fixed the fucking thing whenever it was an absolute mess at first.
True.
If you ever come across 1.0 version, don't.
I might just use my real voice for this because this is annoying.
Yeah, kinda is if you're not really the best at typing.
Yeah.
Windows 11. Actually, no. Here's the thing. Are you recording your voice via Streamlabs?
Okay, hello everyone.
No, it's still off.
No,
There you go.
Yeah, give it some time. It has to catch up. So, this is kind of trippy because I've never done this before. Alright, anyways, welcome to my autism venture. Which has been, what, a year? Maybe like a year and a half?
Year and a half is closer, yeah.
Yeah, year and a half in development. So, for context, I made this game on a whim one morning in high school. I am no longer in high school, so That should tell you. The last time I was in high school, Joe Biden was president. I'm pretty sure. So, or something like that, man. I can't remember. So, hi, welcome. So, this is going.
You have been told that you are a little bit quiet.
Am I? Shit.
Yes.
I feel like that's just generally on the stream is kind of quiet, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
that
could be
happens
my
a
fault.
lot.
Give me a second. Let me see if I can fix that. Like on my end.
You can at least boost your mic up to make
Yeah.
it a bit easier.
Yeah. Hello. Is this better? Is this better, chat? I can see you here, which is really good, but I'm never gonna look at this screen because I have my phone.
Also, you can just look at stream chat on the stream itself. So there's that.
Yeah, I could, but the stream chat on the stream is like really small. So,
Scuff says it's fine.
alright, so as is on the tin, City of Ruina is a fan project for Project Moon. Specifically, mainly centered around Limbus Company, but the system can
It
be
was.
attacked. Go ahead.
But you need to put a little more context in that. It was originally primarily Ruina, like Library of Ruina. However, as time progressed, I we realized, and by we I basically mean me,
Yeah,
Limbus was so much easier to just implement in comparison to Library of Ruina, especially with the numbers that Nugget was kind of wanting to dish out.
yeah. I basically had zero experience with TTRPGs outside of D&D 5e, and even then I homebrewed a lot of the content for that. So, in this game's infancy, this was kind of more like a spite project to 5e. But now
And then
it's
it was
but now it's evolved past that. It's now an entire game of its own.
almost entire game. It's still missing some bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Like actual content. Sorry, I'm trying not to swear on the stream because my dad told me that I'm not allowed to swear. So,
Okay.
let's get
However, I will swear. I was raised by a sailor.
let's get into the first bits and pieces. Like, what do you need for the game? Very simply, this game wants up to 5 players, but you can have more players if your DM or the voice of the city, as it's called in City of Ruina, deems that they can handle that much more. But
What do you need for this? A brain.
a break.
That was scuffed. That was scuffed.
I'm trying to maintain professionalism.
We're not keeping this professional. I'm gonna prove that.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can handle 150 players, probably. But that would be breaking the game balance.
Hell. Just at that point, it's just the one mod for Ruina where it's just, oh yeah, you fight the entire game.
Alright, so.
Counter argument to some guy on web. While there are 150 backgrounds, there is one that could be grabbed multiple times.
Yeah.
And that is generalist. So technically, you can have an infinite amount of players if you're going by that logic.
Yeah. Also the Z branch.
Yeah.
D branch is kind of more of an interesting take. It was like generalist is like freely infinite.
Yes, but there is one rule that everyone should know. Reading in this game is very important because there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff to read in this game. Most of it's my fault. But let's just slide into player creation. So, as you can see, I, I won't lie. This was my idea. I was really lazy, so instead of making original stats, we kind of took the Lobotomy Corporation Nugget stats. So we have
The
fortitude.
virtues.
We had the fortitude, the prudence, the temperance, and the justice. And then and then we have then we
to
have
quickly respond to some, sorry, to quickly respond to some guy on web, you really only need at least one person who has read the thing, and they could be the rules guy. So it
yeah.
don't worry about basically no one being able to read. So long as one person has read it, usually the voice of the city, you should be fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
So after that, so we have light from Ruina, which is our mana system, effectively. This is how you're going to primarily use pages. We will cover the other page creation system when we get to it.
In traits.
Then there's skill level, which is just the EXP system. Below, obviously, is the calculations for every stat. This unironically went through some changes. Initially, temperance used to increase your base power, which kind of made it even more dominating of a stat than it already is.
Fortitude, I think, affected your stability
Yeah,
instead of prudence.
Yeah.
yeah, in the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning.
Yeah, a lot of this game will confuse you, but this is all
Uh,
stuff you can shove into a calculator effectively.
yes, effectively the colors, like the colored text, you can just replace with whatever your current value is. So if you're a level 1 character trying to calculate your health and you put all your put 10 in fortitude, it would be 40. Then the fortitude would be 10 times 5, so that's 50, and then another 10 plus your 10 times your skill level, which would be 10 if you're level 1. So it'd be 40 plus 50 plus 10, so 100.
Yeah. All right, so below that obviously is just the important stuff that you need to read.
The explanation of these basically secondary stats.
Yep, and well, yes, all of this important. My top 3 important is pretty much health, stability, sanity, and light, because at the end of the day, you can kind of ignore speed because we have haste. Haste exists.
Yep. And then there's all the other things that can come with speed boosts.
Then there's stat allocation, which I see a lot in the Discord server is very confused. So I am going to briefly say that at level 1, you can have a maximum of 10. So if you start with 2 in every stat, you can only put 8 in there. And then boom, you have 10.
Effectively, the max stats for level 1, the 10, is only through stat allocations, aka putting points into it. Equipment is not affected by this limitation.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
go beyond it if you want to just min-max like a bunch of fortitude ups from augments and your gift.
Why is there like 4 different level sheets?
Because, well, there's 2 that I can remember right off the bat because there's an alt rule, which we said we were going to get to in a moment.
Yeah. So, skill level. A lot of this game was built on the idea that I didn't want classes. So, pretty much, the only exclusive things you can have in this game are backgrounds and traits. And you know what? No, not even traits. No, just backgrounds.
Yeah, traits can be shared.
But yeah, no. Traits can't be shared. Can be shared. But backgrounds are the only unique thing in this game to each player character. And even then,
The each point costs above 10 costs twice as much. That does not exist.
no. Okay,
It's
so
10 is literally the cap until you level up.
max power actually didn't exist up until rather recently. I think it was like one of the
This
2 point
point,
somethings, wasn't it?
it
I think
was
it was
a
2
3.
point. Oh no, 3
No,
point.
I think max power was like a 3 point something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so max power was because a certain someone in call kept gaining like 50
I
total
wonder who
power.
this could be referring to.
Yeah, and breaking the cap. So me and Jacob
Cap. There was no
figured
cap.
we couldn't let that happen because that would break any and all balance.
Yeah, effectively, with how the page creation can go, if you decide to just commit to only that, you can get easily into the 60s if you know what you're doing.
At level 1, by the way. At level 1. This was
Yes.
level 1.
Fortunately for them, I knew what I was doing.
Fortunately
So,
for us,
and I
you
know this
also
was my decision entirely to add this damn cap because it was basically you know what? It's going to be super hard to balance enemies, so how about we first balance the characters
yeah.
so that the enemies can have something to like compare to.
Exactly. And we'll discuss more of that in the enemy section. But that is section 9, and we are in section 1 still. So, a lot of this stuff actually will be called back to in later sections. Oh boy. Let's talk about backgrounds, because as one of our chatters has mentioned, there's 150 of them. So when 4.0 came out, I was in a bad place. I wasn't doing very well on any front. And like if I wanted to say I can prove to myself that I can get like something done for my passion project, I can get all of my other stuff done, right? So I kind of went crazy in like 3 nights and made every ID currently in Limbus Company and a few extras from Library of Ruina into a background.
It was an experience to watch.
Yes, that was my Carmen moment, and I think I became a Pekatula. I didn't distort, but I didn't ego. This is my ego moment, though.
This is not your ego moment.
Well, I got my voice out on stream, so yes, this is my ego moment.
I'd say this is closer to Shin Mung, but sure.
Yeah.
Alright, so statuses. Oh boy, statuses. One of the bread and butters of this game is the fact that the combat system is heavily status reliant. I would wager 75% of your damage will come from statuses. Because
It's rough here, in which case it's closer to 90.
true.
Unless you're crit.
Unless you're crit, but even then that's poise damage, isn't it? You can count that as
It doesn't
poise
count as
damage.
poise damage. It's counted as like a weird. It's crit damage,
I got
which
you.
is tied to poise. So it's like a weird gray area.
Yeah, it's a weird grade. Alright, so originally you could pick like originally, I mean like
3.
like three per
It
annoying.
was
had
3.
three
It was 3.
statuses.
No, like just 3. That's it.
Yeah, you could pick up to 3 statuses. There was no bonus costs for any of them. But yeah, you could pick 3 statuses, and oh boy, I have never felt more fear than I think it was like sinking deluge, and one more thing that obliterated a certain raid boss that we tried to do back in 2.0.
I did not have like 2 skills and then ended the entire thing because
That was
perfectly
an eye-opener.
That was
balanced.
also that was 1.0.
Oh, it was
Thank you very
1.0.
much.
Fuck, right,
Because
yeah.
that was still using the rolled dice like range instead of it doing the
God.
d6 coin
Oh my
flips.
god, yeah.
God,
Yeah, that
wha-
was roll
but,
ranges.
but that
Yeah.
was a mess.
Okay,
Yeah, so
refocusing.
so
Let's
now instead of having 3, it was changed into you now have 2 primary, which basically have no extra cost. These are permanent. You always have these. And then 3 secondary, which could be swapped around if you wanted to, but they have a bonus cost added on to whatever they have, and also certain statuses now have bonus costs tied to them.
yeah. So the system is a lot
Yes,
better.
basically that was the smoke war for this goddamn system.
Yep. Okay, so let's do Sin Affinity because this is also a kind of new thing.
Yeah. It used
This
to just
thing
be
has been around
one.
for a bit now. But it is still a interesting and confusing situation.
We'll cover bonus costs. Web. We'll cover bonus costs when we get to page
So
creation.
some guy on the web,
Yeah.
no, you don't want to see V1.
You don't. You do not want to see that.
Nugget might have it archived somewhere, but Nugget would have to find it first.
It's on Word.
I'm
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's in your Google Drive because you're the one who originally created it.
No, it's on Word. It's on some school laptop that I don't have access to anymore.
You brought it into Google Docs though.
I did. Did I? I can't remember.
Yeah, because I was able to copy it and then rework it into 2.0.
All right, yeah. So Sin Affinities. Back on topic. Sin Affinities also went through a few changes. Originally, you could only pick one Sin Affinity, and then now we have the minor, moderate, major system. For a bit, I considered making a certain archetype, resonance, a universal mechanic because everyone just has Sin Affinities. So, like, why not give resonance just as a universal mechanic to everyone? It was shot down because, admittedly, that would be kind of busted.
It would not only be busted, but also we have proven that adding on something that is a mechanic from one of the games can lead to it bogging the whole system down a lot. Fucking tension.
oh my god.
Tension. Okay, skills. Skills is just our
This is relatively new.
yeah. Skills is just out of combat stuff, basically. This is your checks out of combat. This is your abnormality checks. This is the one check that you lose against Ardor Blossom Moth because it's a negative check.
Die horribly.
And then everyone dies.
Or you flip tails once against on that one abnormality event against 400 roses, and suddenly Yi Song impales himself on a spike and fucking dies.
This doesn't help the allegation that Temperance is the strongest stat in the game because, unlike everything else, Temperance has 3 skills tied to it.
Couple of them
Just as
have 3.
obviously,
Fortitude
and
has
Ruin.
2. Like
just like in,
basically the only one who doesn't have less skills is Fortitude, but Temperance does have access to communication, crafting, and
Trickery.
trickery, which is communication and trickery alone are very valuable skills, and at least in terms of D&D.
yeah, like
but system-wise, in this system, this means you can start with, if you start with 2 stats in already 10, you basically can have every skill with at least 1 die in it, no matter what you put
and
into
also
it.
then there's the fact that temperance influences how many skill dice you get. So it just gets
Skill
better
points.
and better. Skill
Points
yeah.
to allocate into skill dice.
Yeah.
Let's make sure that everyone understands what we
Yes,
mean.
Skill dice is technically we could call it skill coins because we use a D6 system for coins for dice. for dice.
But simply, 4, 5, 6 is heads, 1, 2, 3 is tails. So basically,
Yep.
success failure. If you've ever played a game like Wrath and Glory 40K, it is a very similar system.
Yeah, so just for the stream to remember, when we say coins, we mean d6 dice. Okay, talents. Talents is a fun one because this is where you can get broken very easily.
You know your talent allocation.
So,
It's more like the easiest place to get to become broken in terms of what you are given instead of having to make something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, level
talents are
2, 4, and 8
yeah,
is
or
our...
it's slightly different for a certain trait, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
Yeah,
That's the later thing.
So combat talents are just the general talents for combat, right?
Simple, easy, fun, sometimes very silly, like sprint, not a marathon.
Sprint not a
Uh,
marathon is the silliest one because you can.
you sh-
This is just a straight doubling of your speed.
Maximum, and you can, if you know what you're doing, you can just fucking book it.
Yeah, so you
I
go
mean,
from
I
1
would
to
still argue that Keep Adam is still
Yeah, Keep Adam is the king of this.
yeah. Let me zoom in so like the stream can read it a bit better.
yeah.
So, sprint not a marathon can effectively double your speed. Going from 1d6 to 2d6 is just 2 to 12 at level 1. At level 2.
Yeah, it's
Keep
at worst 1 extra speed, at best 6 extra, which is insane already.
Yeah. Keep Adam is if you know the identity EuroTV Ryoshu, it's basically just her.
And the max 1 use per scene is on the entire team. You can only one person on your team can trigger this every scene.
There's a reason for that, Web,
Yeah,
because assist attacks are meta.
yeah. Assist attacks are kind of insane.
Until Nugget starts until like some voice of the city starts throwing out clashable counters left, right, and center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Even then, there's still going to be unopposed attacks.
No, the clash. Remember, clashable counter gets to prioritize
Yeah.
any unopposed attacks.
But they're going to have to use up skill slots for that. So unless they have more than 4, assuming this is just a party of 4.
Scuffed. You don't know the half of it, gang. You have no idea how much we are trapped in Hangyun. But that doesn't matter right
Yeah,
now because we're going on to
hopefully
status
we aren't going to
talents.
go too heavy into all the backgrounds. We're mostly just going to bring up a couple of them and then
Yeah.
move ahead.
A couple of the sillier ones.
I will bring up the like one from each section, basically.
No, that's a bit. Unless you're talking about like fix,
Like
Like
fixer.
one from the
the
courts, one
Fixer
from the
Association,
offices, one from
syndicates,
association.
Yeah,
yeah.
those.
Like if you're doing
And
that,
in,
then
like,
that's
some of
more
the
understandable. But
aspirants.
if you're saying one from each group, then fuck no,
Oh, no.
that's gonna
Absolutely
take
not.
too
No,
long.
not one from each group. That would be insane. So
All right,
back to status
next.
talents.
Adjacent expertise, my beloved.
Adjacent
Everyone's happy I
expertise.
added that.
I personally have never used this, but I know this is somehow broken.
You get an extra primary status, and you can also choose non-unique statuses from backgrounds, which normally you cannot do that unless you're a generalist, because that's his whole gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will admit, Onward is up there if you with certain stats, because that's just good.
Yeah.
Also, if you run negative, Maddening Strikes is just the best option. unless you want adjacent expertise.
Yep. Clash talents. Man, this is definitely not a lot of references here. I definitely
Mhm.
didn't run out of ideas for names. Okay, so keyword for everyone to keep in mind is favorable.
Yep.
Favorable is the universal term for the for a coin side that you want at the current moment, basically. So if
So, a fa-
so,
sorry.
a fixer with all positive coins would want heads, like all the time. They they would want heads, so they would always want effects that just have something with heads in it. So dominating in this case would be when you roll all heads coins for positive coin fixers. For fixers with effects that would let them go from positive to negative sanity, or like, or if they have negative coins, it depends on what sanity they have. Like if they have positive sanity, their favorable coin is heads. If it's
I think
negative,
okay, that is slightly wrong.
Yeah.
Favorable is mainly just whatever the page is being used, whatever is
Yeah.
considered good for you. So if you're using a negative coin page, getting tails is favorable because you're not losing power.
yeah, yeah. So in
Yeah.
short, it's whatever that
It-
gives you the most power. Let's just say.
yeah. This is why we call it favorable is because we made paralyze a bit different and added something
Yeah.
to counteract paralyze. So paralyze is not the king of negative coins.
Yeah,
Yeah, I tried that with
I
one
just
who
noticed.
shall grip, and the build just doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
the background helps it now, but
yeah, the background still helped it, and also the build I made was dead because it's very focused on self paralyze.
So
yeah.
next up on the Clash talents list is Chained, Multitude Titans, and Grudge. So Chained is silly because it's one of the only instances in the game where you would reuse a whole page. There used to be another instance, but we removed it because it's busted. Because I really didn't account for the
Infinite
implication.
recursion.
Shut up. But yeah, this is a very powerful effect because, well, if you reuse commemorative coin, yeah, it is.
Basically. Just don't use it with Otis, please. I don't want to get shot.
Yeah. On your first
Well,
clash,
Yeah,
that's the
that's
balancing act because you got to remember that chain doesn't have a restriction on how many coins the page has.
yeah,
yep. Or if how powerful the page should be. So if you can somehow not win clashes and get access to some.
it's one use per combat act, effectively.
Now,
No,
yeah,
it's just combat act.
there are
Don't.
some situations where this can be stupid for because it does not apply to it does not count things like empowered pages. So if you can somehow manage to get an empowered page and then win as your first clash win, womp.
Womp womp.
That, well, I mean, it's also, but that's incredibly niche. Like
Yeah,
you gotta
you
like be
need to.
committed to try
Oh,
and set that up correctly.
Yeah.
uh,
Now, if you do set it up, yeah, you just wipe out the enemy team most likely.
yeah. Give me
Yeah,
a second because Web
first clash
wants.
win is supposed to be the first clash win of combat. The first clash win of combat, so it
Maybe
basically resets every combat.
Yeah.
Okay, we fixed it. We made it more specific. Are you happy? Okay. So multitude
First clash win
titans.
of first clash win of bananas.
Shut up. Multitude Titans is
Yeah.
one of the explicit references next to Onward, and you'll get shoved in. And if I could ever, it,
And the Odyssey.
the
And what is cast.
shut up, shut up. Okay, so
And WAD.
3 bind and 2 damage down. So bind in this game is bind and haste are funny because they are consumed at the end of the scene, and then the next scene they
Part of the
effectively
scene.
take up. Shut up.
It's a weird. It's in a very weird spot. Let's not talk about stasis right now. We'll just say that bind
Bind
does
and haste
slow,
thing.
but it has a very weird activation time.
Yeah. Nothing. That's an original.
Yeah.
Parrying with.
Well, that was a reference to Bloodborne, and that was what Nugget decided to name it.
Yeah. Odyssey is just silly because if that's just free damage up early game.
Until Unbreakable coins, and then it's useless.
Absolutely. Hand talents. Okay. TTRPG with a deck system was a very controversial pick from my end, and I kind of did it without telling anyone. So,
Yeah, this happens sometimes.
It happened when he was making the index.
Yeah. It happened when I was making the
We'll get
index.
into how
Web,
bind works in
Bind
a
works
moment.
very
Some guy on
differently.
web.
Yeah, but
Got
but when I was you know, on my tirade of reckless background creation, and I
Carmen
wanted,
arc.
yeah, I was, and I was making stuff, and I wanted to do the index because, well, I was already doing the other figures, but the index didn't really have much, and I wanted to give them singleton, but with the way the system was set up at the time, singleton was impossible. So I effectively changed the entire combat system to allow for a deck system. Because before it,
Now,
you could effectively pick any page from your 6 pages to use at any time.
and it was kind of it wasn't. It was busted, honestly.
It was a
It made charge and poise insanely powerful and consistent because you could just have a bunch of skills that gained you tons of potency. Because count didn't exist either, I don't think.
yeah, count didn't exist then. So now hand talents exist, and now the deck system exists.
And
That order.
yes, guy on web, you can use pot of greed to
Yep,
draw 3 additional cards from your deck.
It's
Yeah,
called a
pretty
greedy
much.
pot in this.
Yep. Okay, skill talents.
Because I didn't want the reference to be too on the fucking nose.
Skill talents is again
This is more me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jacob, you can take care of this.
Yeah, I'll explain skill talents. With the introduction of adding skills to the system, which we didn't even have for like the longest time, it was just purely combat. I thought that adding skill talents to help with those effective skill checks would be, well, mandatory, similar to how Nugget added the hand talents. And effectively, the talents are relatively general. The first 4, mental strength, harsh judgment, hyperfixation, marathon runner, allows you to change what stat it requires effectively. And then there's some goofier ones like coffee addict, which removes exhaustion, which isn't really tied to skill checks all too much, but it's the closest thing to where it would be put. Grin disposition is a very interesting one, which basically inverts stress, which we'll get into stress in a little bit. Stress is, you can think of it like non-combat sanity.
Just
And then
like
and then
negative
some
coin page.
Yeah, and there's even some that are actually okay with failing a skill check, like Desperate Gamble, allowing you to re-roll, or Will the City, which allows you to actually gain stress if you decide to forcibly fail the check, or WAD granting yourself stress when an ally fails fails a check.
And then there's Gaslighting
Also,
Compass, which is arguably the strongest one.
Maganera.
Gaslighting Compass is arguably
No,
the
I think Premium
strongest one.
Efficiency is a bit stronger no, Premium Efficiency I think is a little bit stronger when you're rich. If you
Yeah.
have Honglu levels of wealth, it's just +3 skill die.
Yeah. And like later
It really
on,
does depend on. It really does depend on if you have stress to spend or money.
Yeah.
spending
And
10
if you have
bits.
someone with like Will of the City, just use Gaslighting Compass because they will have so much sanity, no stress.
Yeah.
No. Will the City wants to combo with WAD.
Oh yeah. Well, technically, those aren't exclusive. You could have someone with Will in the City, someone with WAD, and someone with Gaslighting Compass.
Yeah, but the
Alright.
Gaslighting Compass wants to be done when someone's making a skill check. If you forcibly lose it at the same time, it's kind of like a
Yeah, but
you
can
don't
just
want to
not
use them at the
it.
same time as effectively.
So,
Fair.
going forward from that, we have signature pages. Which is
Which
your
we should one like to talk about in page creation.
Yeah, but it's here.
Well,
Effectively
we'll briefly mention it, like of what it is, and then
yeah,
we're not
yeah.
gonna go into heavy
This
detail.
is just your big attack. That's every 5 things. Wait,
This
is
is
this
your ego page, basically.
kind of?
It's not your ego page. It's more of a culmination of your skills. So it's more like a final attack or a second phase, depending on how you want to build it.
Yes, you can just make it. You can very much. It doesn't cost light. You don't spend the light. I don't
Yeah.
think. Yeah. Requires no
And
light to be used.
Yeah. Also, signature pages do not cost light, but they instead have a budget.
It's like a certain secondary role, and we'll get into later.
In like 2 sections.
Yes.
Talented Fixer is silly because this is just your own personal passive.
Yes.
Yep.
You get to create your own talent.
Yep. And then there's gaining EXP and stuff.
Which is basically, depending on the difficulty classification, you get a certain amount of skill experience, and then if you went back to the skill levels, you would see like this is how much experience needed to level up, and so 1 it shows a number, that's how much you need to get to 2, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. So, let's get into the silliest part.
Okay.
Archetypes was also
Archetypes.
Archetypes, not archetypes.
Shut up.
Minor spelling mistake.
Yeah, I have drilled into them the fact that I will make fun of any type of spelling mistake.
Okay, so we
I
aren't
am
gonna cover
well
all
aware.
of these, obviously. So I'm just going to cover a few of the funnier ones.
We can briefly mention each of them.
So,
Yeah.
We're only going to go into detail on the very special ones.
so
Yeah.
resonance. It's resonance, but slightly more generalized and slightly
It's
funnier because if you
thing
have
like
the first one, you get to just have unbreakable coins.
Well,
welcome to
effectively,
Don
how it
Quixote time.
basically resonant is specifically it having teams of the same group, sharing sin affinities, but not actually using sin affinities. That's resonance. That's something else entirely. And then also allies are passed out, which would be stuff like the Bamboo Had Kim, Manager Don Quixote's familial buff,
Our life from
etc.,
death from
etc.
Yep. Next up, stage-based. This used to be very busted, but it was changed.
variant art.
Balanced it a couple of times.
Variant arts is used to be Manager Don Quixote, but now it's just kind of okay.
Weird.
Now it's just kind of
No, it's
cheaper and powered.
It's
yeah,
kind
it's
of
a
like
it's a build up empowered. So it's more like
yeah,
it's
it's
more
unique
like
charge.
Faust. I was thinking Faust, High Show Faust.
I was
Right,
thinking
the
a bit more
Tantui
of
star.
like, yeah, actually,
Was it Tantui?
Hansui
Or was
Star,
it only
Hanju Star's Blade,
Chanju? Yeah. Recoiling. Deviat.
Devyat.
Yeah, Deviat.
That's it. There's no joke
Except
here.
you
It's
don't
just
have to
Deviat.
run away, and you can just die.
You can kill yourself. Match. I'm pretty.
Hanafuda Ishmael.
Yeah,
Hanafuda
Hanafuda
Ishmael.
Ismail.
You basically roll a die. Depending on what die is rolled, you need to use that type of page, that page number tied
Yeah.
to it. And then if you keep matching the results, you get more and more power, and then you can use a combo finisher, which is a bonus page that is just activated once you get to max stacks.
Speaking of combo,
Combo.
which is Black Aspirant Fixer's favorite thing ever. So
Oh my god, it's
It-
stupid.
Every unique page you use. So if you, as long as you don't use a copy, like you gain more and more buffs. Hence why it's called a combo, because you're using different attacks, like
Wombo
in a
combo.
fighting game.
Oh.
wait, does Scuffed have a question? Yes, basically
Yeah,
for combo.
No, it's not Roland and
not like
Angelica's
Roland and
pages.
Angelica.
That's more of a duality type thing. This is more like Roland's Furioso, where you're trying to build up to the big finisher attack.
You're trying to use a ton of different unique skills to get to one end skill rather than
that's so that's why it's
Repetition
more
is
like
yet another
Furiosa.
iteration of the combo system.
Red Mist Aspirant's favorite best friend. Spam one page and it gets stronger.
Yup.
Yeah. So yeah, this one is the exact opposite. So
Yeah.
you have the technical fighter character, and then there's the one who spams the fucking projectile.
So then we have stance, which is which we
By
might.
far one of the strongest of the unique statuses.
Yup.
We have
So we have
Wild Hunt.
Wild Hunt. This is literally just Wild Hunt. I am not joking.
Not ignore the actual Wild Hunt background, who is Wild Hunt.
We'll get to Wild Hunt.
There are certain
Volatility.
backgrounds that basically get bonuses that, like, certain backgrounds are very special. We'll get to that in a bit.
So Mount and Volatility were very designed off of obviously Wild Hunt Heathcliff and Dawn Office Sinclair,
Office Sinclair.
which is why Dawn Office Sinclair just kind of have this entire complicated thing. And then there's Calm Mind Berserk Body, because I saw Night of Despair Rodion and kind of went insane.
Madonka.
I was able to rebalance it to where it actually wasn't as bad.
Yep.
Because
It's
there was a
still-
lot of stuff wrong with this.
Yeah, this
It's
is
still insane though.
this is
It's still very
absurd.
strong, but it's at least now readable, and it also
The only difference between the only thing holding this thing back is that these two have attack weight that you can just give.
Yeah, and that's insanely valuable.
Yeah, because free
Yeah.
attack weight effectively doesn't exist.
Yeah. Only under very specific circumstances or backgrounds.
Resource originally was supposed to give for like unique charge, but variant arts existed at the time. So instead, I decide. Well, we as
Yeah.
a group.
most of this is like a good chunk of it is me for resource.
Yep.
Yeah.
However,
Expensive Bullet is not me, that's for certain, but the others I think are.
Yep.
It's just full stop Heathcliff.
Expensive Bullet and Fuel are stupid. Alternate ammo is also kind of fun.
Yep.
Alternate ammo was made by me. It's basically if you like ammo but you don't want to get just the +2 coin damage, this is what you use, and this can allow you to just inflict mostly anything outside of very specific statuses.
Yep.
Arrows is She-Faust but better because She-Faust sucks.
She-Faust is fine. It's just that
I
people don't really want to play her in
I
that
No
way.
one.
I personally do not like Scuffed.
She's
I
fine.
don't want to sit there for 4 turns to deal decent damage.
I'm not. You don't have to sit for 4 turns. I actually would say that if there's an attack where you know that she cannot clash with it, you just use her defense, and the following turn she gets a free attack.
Yeah. Unless it has
That's
high
what
speed,
I think.
in
That's
which
what she's supposed to be
case.
built for. She's not built for 4-turn waits, which she can't do. But she's more built for 1-turn waits and then just poke.
Yep. Okay. So Mark. Mark is funny because this is also one of the ways that you can get extra attack weight, specifically Mass Hunt.
It's the other Heathcliff one.
It's not
No,
Heathcliff.
it's
No,
Butler Ryoku,
it's Butler Shoe.
Mage Shoe.
Well, not even. It's Nelly.
Nelly.
For me, I still tie this to Heathcliff for some godforsaken reason.
Probably the Hunt.
Yeah, the hunt.
Yeah. So Mass Hunt.
A Wild.
Mass Hunt is very simple. It's this conditional. I feel like we should have explained this. So, these are custom conditionals. This and obviously stance have custom conditionals. They do not take up cost, conditional cost, but they do take up conditional choices. And
We'll
this
get into
number,
that in page creation.
yeah, but this number here is how many times the conditional can be used across all of your pages.
Yep.
Challenge. This is it's just the sync. It's just sync.
The coin power used to not have a cap, if I remember correctly. So
Yeah.
I use that to make something that should not exist, and
No longer does.
yep.
And
I
then
love
pinned
moving at
is
30 speed
Yep.
every turn.
Well, yeah. I also capped speed to 20.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Lastly,
We'll get to the racism buffs later.
Yep, that's
Uh,
there are racism boosts.
they're very few though.
There's like one that I can think of off the top of my head, but that's over
3.
there.
There's 3
There's three. Shit. So pinned.
because there's
It's the second half to
survivors.
arrows. If you choose arrows, you get pinned. You can't just choose pinned on its own.
Yeah. Smoke. So
It's
originally,
Oh
smoke
God.
was just a normal status that you could pick.
Yeah. Yes, the speed cap is
And
20, unless you use like a fixer talent or something.
Yeah.
Or equipment. I imagine some rare equipment could also do that.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
some
back.
high-tiered equipment could do it.
But yes, smoke. Let me
It's just prime smoke.
Prime smoke could increase status damage. Let me just leave that to register. Original smoke could increase your normal damage, your status damage, and it was
And you can
yeah. There we go.
exactly.
And that's why
It was a it's fragile but better.
It
yeah.
was status fragile, yeah.
And you could also just use it to you could also use it on self, but there's no puffy broom, so doing that is gambling.
I mean, there's not puffy broom yet.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so next up
There
we
probably
have
will be puffy
empowered.
broom.
Empowered is like think Wild Hunt Heath stuff. Empowered with
I'd say it's closer to like no.
Let's say it's kind of
never
more
mind.
like unlock almost.
I guess.
Because
But-
how it works is that if you can fulfill a specific conditional, you gain the empowered state, which once you have the empowered state, you basically get to use a page similar to your signature, like a page that's not part of your deck, and you just get to use it. Like,
And it gets giga buff.
it
Yep.
has a lot of buffs tied to it. Yeah.
So +3 conditional choices, +3 free upgrades, and then access to signature conditionals.
Certain signature conditionals.
Yeah, you can't use oh no, you can't use spend all of your health to gain 1 billion clash power.
Yeah.
But you can use attack weight.
Yep.
Yep.
Resonance is exactly what you think it is.
It gets silly when you have the faction resonances.
Yes,
we can...
certain background groups have their own unique resonance. This is just the general, like, everyone can choose from these.
Yeah.
You choose based off of your sins.
Yes. So that does mean that if you want a certain faction resonance, you do need to have at least one of the sins as moderate or major, depending on what it's requiring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Also, this requires your team to actually put in effort in their sin affinities.
Yep.
Because it requires,
Page usage on top of that.
Yeah.
Yep. Also, minor sins are tied to your skill 1 and 4. Moderate is tied to your skill 2 and 5, and major is 3 and 6.
Yep. So, have fun with that information.
Ruptures is kind of stupid because it just removes the one downside of Rupture, which is maintaining it can be hard.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
To be fair, this is kind of this might be on us because I didn't see it under sin affinities either.
Yeah, we should probably fix that at some point. I will check it to make sure.
Yeah, if you can fix it on your end.
Oh no, it does. Depending on what is minor, moderate, or major, you also make 1/3 of your pages that Sinophy. Minor being the cheapest and major being the most expensive.
Yep, okay.
Extra pages can be any of the 3 you've chosen, and defensive actions can also be any of the 3 you've chosen.
Yep, I guess I'm just blind. It's fine.
Discard.
I mean,
reading we already warned about the needing to read, and it shows that basically you guys can't.
I've spent like hours in this document just looking at things.
Yeah,
well,
1/3 out of
1/3
6.
is one specific sin, so you have 2 for each.
Yeah.
2 for minor, 2 for moderate, 2 for major. 1/3, 1/3, 1/3.
Yeah, because we have 6 pages by default. No, it's
1 and
not.
4 is just generally because, at least for me, I tend to make those my 2 cheapest ones.
Yeah, 1 and 4 is supposed to be specifically, like, most people usually do a set of 3 and then a set of 3.
Yeah, there we go. Alright, so.
And that's why it's usually a lot of the stuff is like, why a lot of the roll a d6, or like if it says like choose a page 1/4, that's why we usually use that, because those are usually considered the cheapest or whatever, or the ones that are tied to each other.
Yeah, I consider 1 and 4 like cheap. Like these are gonna be your throwaway pages or something. Speaking of discard. Discard only came into existence as like a better thing because of the deck system. This is funny. You could get
It used to be a
funny.
lot stronger. We will talk about the other thing discard has in traits, because it got moved to traits.
Yep.
Yeah.
Discard, however, is still silly, since it can give you
point power,
a lot of benefits.
A lot of different benefits, yes.
And some backgrounds are very tied to it, like the DHE.
But the DHE also can kind of do it without needing it. We made the ones who have heavy ties to discard not require discard nearly as much.
Try not to make you forced to take this as your archetype if you choose them.
So,
yes.
Next up is resourceful. Resourceful effectively lowers your max power in exchange for more page shenanigans.
less upfront power, but you can get it to a much higher degree with conditionals.
Yes.
I just
It is-
realized.
That's what it's max power. Max power is just whatever the base power, coins, and coin power. If it only can go up to a certain number. Conditionals that grant it can go above it always.
Yeah, you can. It's only the unconditional power it has.
Yeah.
Yes.
Statuses and anything else like that does not care.
So,
Also, empowered pages don't have maxed power. They just ignore that because they're empowered.
yep. Let's talk about traits next because oh dear
Yes.
Jesus.
This was
is
needed
also
to be
vaguely
added.
new.
Yeah, because effectively what the problem was is that we had some archetypes that were just they changed the game way too much
Yeah.
to the point where it was like, why the hell? Who else? Like, why wouldn't you just choose this because it's so much more powerful? So we
Or
moved a
they
handful of them and added some new ones and turned them into traits, which basically changed the rules of the game in some way or form.
or give you unique benefits for them.
Like
Yes.
combative, which is basically I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I'm just gonna take another archetype.
Or
talented,
enhance the
which is
archetype you have.
yeah. Or talented, which is I don't know what I want to do. Give me a free talent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is why we kind of
Also, should we discuss always resourceful?
no.
No,
Okay.
that no longer exists.
Kinda, because resourceful has the buffs from it.
Yeah, it's basically the combative resourceful is the new one for that. You basically always resourceful was an alt rule that allows you to just get resourceful for free, but it had a steeper power down and a stronger bonus. That
It was a
it was
mess.
used way too often, so we just so I fucking killed it.
So
Yeah, think it was it's like Talisman Sinclair for us. It was just omnipresent.
let's talk about volatile ego.
Yeah.
So
Boy,
volatile
yeah,
ego.
this is how you can tell that traits are very much the I'm changing the rules of the game.
Volatile ego has gone through many evolutions. Originally, it was just like 2 extra pages, and now, thanks to the hard work of a person named Lucy in the dev team,
Also
Thank
known as Tremor Addict.
Thank you,
also known as
Lucy, for
yes,
this.
Tremor Addict in the server. Yeah,
Lucy was basically the one who made the effective set up the groundworks pretty much for this version of Volatile Ego, and then I finished it up to where it is what it is now. They had the idea of the whole making it similar to an abnormality in that you have effectively a meltdown countdown system. And the closer you are to fully reaching meltdown, you actually can gain access to stronger and stronger pages, but they also debuff you in some way, like a curse, like constantly giving you burn or any other status. It could be sanity drain, it could be health drain, and so on. And
Tremor.
if you, it could be well, yeah, I said any status. And if you
Status.
fully, if you fuck up, you will basically start going. You'll become uncontrollable for a turn, and you just have a random chance to do anything.
Or
yeah.
just legitimately just distort.
Or distort. Yes, if you scroll down, there is basically a
like
wild magic level of shenanigans. A list of
you
curses.
can
It
just
tells you
straight
what
up
each of them do, and then
just
there's the meltdown table.
The
which
meltdown
is
table is
just
evil.
number. If you roll a 10, you just straight up distort. Carmen wins.
Kyron
Well,
will
then
win against you, and that's
temporary
that.
distortion at the very least.
Oh
Until
no, this is true death.
Well, no, it is a semi-temporary distortion because you can get out of it. However, there is a
You
uh,
get unlucky enough.
Yeah.
It can just go, oh yeah, you just distort, and you're gonna have to get some sense beaten into you.
Or time passes and you become an abnormality, which is one of the only
You're
instances
dead,
of
dead.
yeah, of actual true death, ironically, in this game.
This is Like I think in
Because-
the entire doc, this is the only way your character will just die.
Outside of like a
Yeah,
full
because
party way.
deaths are kind of more subjective in
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the other end of this, where Carmen didn't win because she's a bitch. Efflorescent equipment.
No, you're wrong. I'm gonna become a worse person because of you.
Efflorescent equipment is more tame compared to volatile.
Which makes sense.
Yep, so this table
You-
is all of
You get
volatile.
a piece of equipment.
Yep,
Or two if you really want to.
in exchange for some augment slots.
Yep.
It
And if you
does
give
have a
up all
ruling.
4 augments, you can basically just get a talented perk.
Yeah,
A talented fixer, a talented fixer talent.
yeah.
Is how it would work, but you do need to again voice the city's approval on how well it works.
Yeah.
And please note that first line that says bonus effect. Every Efflorescent equipment has this. They always have it. It's like you.
Yeah.
So gifts always give you 2 stat ups. Arbor always gives you damage reduction.
Yep.
Remember that.
So,
Mhm.
realistically, these three will never come into play unless it's like,
Law of Corp or Endgame.
yeah, realistically.
Maybe white, actually. There are some situations where I can see white, but black and pale never.
Yeah, basically never. I keep getting Reddit notifications. Jesus Christ. Okay, however, gift you can always find a use for, most of the time.
Yeah. Because
Let's
pale
see.
damage is silly.
Pale damage will be talked about. But yeah, no. Basically, Sin Affinity tied to a status, like in Limbus, so Wrath Burn, Lust Bleed, Sloth Tremor. All of that.
Yeah.
And also
Yeah,
ammo.
etc. And that
If you
one
want
of
to
them
be
is just
Argalia, grab the
Argalia.
ammo defense.
Sadly,
ammo armor.
you can't fully embrace Argalia because can't have this
Makes it
and
to where spending ammo effects do not activate on you anyway, so you don't get the bonus coin damage.
Yep.
It's pretty close.
Duality.
Yeah, we're
also
ignoring
ignore
full body replacement.
Full body replacement
Doesn't
is...
exist.
There is
We
no
don't
full
talk about
body...
full body replacement.
So, full body replacement. Not full body replacement. Duality.
This is Magical Girl Don Quixote.
Yeah.
Or
King of
Knight of
Despair
Despair,
Rodion.
Rodion. Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, I guess.
This is
both.
meant to be used with a meltdown, basically.
Meltdown.
Meltdown
You don't have
wants
to.
to use this.
Yeah.
You don't have to, but it's recommended.
High rank.
High rank is how we get silly.
Yep, this is for, like, stuff that reasonably you should not be able to do at level 9, like
At level
being
1.
a big brother of the middle, or a Soto Capo, or any number of other silly things that you reasonably should not be as a grade 9 fixer.
We are going to talk about She South and Lou South, like, regardless, because we have to.
It is the background of all time.
It is the background.
I mean, we have to talk about She South at the very least because I made that so much better, and I am.
Yeah, it was stupid before, and probably one of the silliest tank background in the game, where you have 3 health and are basically immortal.
Yeah.
And now it's a fair bit different.
You might have more health than an abnormality, and it's hilarious.
Okay, so moving on, we have Sinner, which is mostly Jacob's thing. So
This is all me. Fuck you.
Okay, so while Jacob explains this, I am going to get my phone charger because my phone is at 13%. Okay, so
Then yeah, I can take my time with this.
yeah,
So
take your
Sinner
time.
was Sinner is effectively the Limbus company, like the true Limbus Company character. You are given an extra page called an Awakening page, which, similar to how extra pages work, you need to exhaust a specific page in order for it to work. A skill 1, 2, or 3, and depending on which one you use, it requires that it gets that much budget. We'll get into that in a moment. Effective, and if you use this Awakening page, it gives you a passive effect similar to the ego skills from Limbus Company. So, and it does give, you get to create your own passive, like just from scratch, but it does have recommendations on how strong they can get depending on what skill you've used. So, for example, the example given was Gregor's Suddenly One Day and Otis's Tapathos Mathos, with Gregor's being a skill 1 passive due to it being needing to be at like 25% or less health, and also it inflicts a debuff on an ally. While Otis's Tapathos Mathos is a skill 3 due to it's just able to always, pretty much almost always activate, and it has a powerful effect of giving you a lot of damage out.
Kill unbreakable coins.
Yeah, but that's hindsight.
Yeah.
As part of it, however, it also introduces the Limbus alt rules. Effectively, if you want to play more like Limbus Company and not care about light, this is what you use. You get your 6 custom pages are divided between skill 1s, skill 2s, skill 3s, 2 of each. And the skill 1s, like all of them, instead of having light, have a light budget, starting with, I believe, 4, 7, and 10 respectively. And on top of that, they have a number of uses. Skill 1's having 3, skill 2's having 2, skill 1's having 1. Originally, as you leveled up, you would get more uses, but I realized that was a bad idea. So I scrapped that. It is just permanently 3, 2, and 1 use, respectively. But as you level up, you do increase the budget in comparison. I'm not going to tell you the full growth, because for starters, it needs to scroll down, and Duncan's not here. But that is the effective style of how Limbus alt rules work. It's basically, I don't want to play with light. I want to play. I just want to deal with how many uses I have left. And
yeah,
some people like that more, and I'm glad I made it, because let's be honest, I really don't want to deal with the mana system that is light.
yeah. Their light is probably a little bit stronger and more versatile, but also I enjoy Limbus rules a bit
Light
more
has a
simply
higher cap
because
of power, I would say, but they have limitations on how often you can do it. While Limbus Company has the access to being a little bit more spammable, but it doesn't have as high of a cap.
also there's stuff that's also way better with Keep Atom, because you just use a skill 1 which can have way more power than a 4 light page.
Yes. On top of that, there is also the fact of your hand system being different. Normally, whenever your hand size is the maximum of 7 pages, and you can effectively exhaust one to draw a new one at the end of the turn if you really wanted to. In Limbus rules, it's instead you have 4 pages and you just automatically draw a card when you use one. Normally, you wouldn't be able to do that. So you effectively act like Limbus, where you have pretty much you have 4 pages, like basically as if you had 2 action slots in Limbus Company, and when you use 1 page, you automatically add a new one from whatever uses you have left. It's still random on which one you draw.
Yep. It also has a slightly different leveling system. Oh, there's my hot pocket.
Well, I already mentioned as you level up, your light budget increases, and that's really the only difference in this.
Yeah.
It's just that light budget specifically.
Yeah. Alright.
Why are you fucking with the microwave?
Shut up. I'm hungry.
Stop fucking with the microwave!
What was the reference?
Alright, so here are some
Yeah,
of the
it's effectively, instead you have the light budget. You still have the power cap and everything. I just didn't add it to this table
Yep, we have
obvious
the
reasons.
recharge and scry abilities, which I believe you already mentioned, right?
I have not mentioned them.
No.
Basically, you also have some extra rewards. Instead of drawing a page, because there is a reward that allows you to just draw a page, you gain scry, which just basically allows you to roll more dice to see what you actually draw. So it's basically like if you get scry 1, you instead roll 2d6 and see whatever result you would draw, because that's how it works. 6 pages of d6 to effectively figure out what you're drawing.
Mm-hmm.
And then also it does have some alternate rules for how discard works, because discard is based upon the page number, and that usually doesn't really work with Limbus, especially since it has the whole specific light budgets. So it's basically just different calculations for the rewards. It's not that different.
Mm-hmm.
Calculate based on the power of the page itself rather than where the
page
page
number.
is located. Yeah.
Oh boy, hyperactive.
No. Please no.
So you know how we mentioned tension?
Welcome.
Tension was effectively a get.
God,
Welcome
why?
to Jurassic Park. Tension is supposed to be in reference to Library of Ruina's emotional tension gimmick, where if you once you fill up the gauge, you get an abno tension page to buff your team or debuff them depending on what you get. This was made into a system that Nugget added that was supposed to be part of the base game. We realized that sucked.
Yep.
It's horrible. I hate it.
It was one of the worst additions to the system, and in order to salvage what we could, I just made it into a trait and just removed tension from the base system.
So keep in mind, the original page number for this document was 21. Opening hyperactive jumps it to 30.
Yes, 9 extra pages just for hyperactive.
And some of them are just general things. Some of them are just stealing from abnormalities. A lot of them are stealing from abnormalities.
Literally, most of them are
made
just
them,
abno
we
stealing.
made them based because because a lot of them are sin based.
Yeah, alright,
Yeah.
so we're going to just not go deeper into that. If you want to,
it's right there.
It's right here in the document.
It's in the doc.
And you know how you get to the document? By joining our Discord server. It's on my
shameless plug.
It's in my Twitch bio right there. So if you want to go join the server, if you aren't already a part of the server, because we only have 6 viewers and 3 of them are in the call. God.
Captain Webb is here. I don't know who the fucking third guy is.
Alright, so Singleton. This is just the index.
Yeah, it's the index, but it's also kind of like a weird style of combo.
Yeah.
There's not much.
You basically get all pages have one use. You want to use all of your pages in order to get a stronger finisher attack, so to speak.
This will be important. This is an important thing. Remember this.
Specialist.
Right.
So,
Specialist is
one of the other things that was made. That was a base game system that everyone could use into a trait.
Which was special actions. Basically, you would have one action that you could basically augment your pages with. And I realized that I keep forgetting about them, so I thought maybe we should just turn this into a trait instead. And made it to where you now have a number of special actions that you can choose from, and they all have their own cooldowns.
Yeah,
so,
all of this.
For example, let's just say, well, for starters, you can get assist attack and assist defense. Not at the same time, though.
So Ahab.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or other stuff like that. There's even one that allows you to gain light, which also works for Limbus rules because usually anything with light Limbus rules will basically tell you get to recharge a page instead.
Yep. Everyone is special alt rule, which is just everyone just gets a special action.
It's literally the original special action thing, but now it's an alt rule.
Okay,
You also
so
can't take assisted back.
time for the fun one. Stored potential. Which
This
was
is
the
new.
The OG variant arts.
original variant arts made into a trait instead, because why not?
Yeah.
Okay, in
Well,
truth,
it was because
in
variant
truth, it
arts
was
was in a very interesting position at the time.
It was kind of broken, to be honest.
Well, variant arts was the only archetype at the time to mess with how many pages you had, but it wasn't a trait. Traits normally do that, but it was the odd one out. And after enough time has passed, and also the fact that variant arts was used a lot. I decided to turn it into stored potential.
Keep in mind, this was right after I got back into this, and I just made a character that used.
Yeah,
variant
I
arts.
did fuck over Nugget.
I
Not the
made
first
two
time I fucked over
characters.
Yep.
It's not the first time I fucked over someone by editing the document to fix or balance things.
It happened to
It's
me
maybe
many times.
Regardless,
one of the developers, Lost Vessel or True Vessel of Ozism on it. They got fucked over so many times by me.
Oh my god. And also with the removal of always resourceful, because like I think 80+% of their characters used that.
oh
Yeah,
hey look,
no. I screwed them over just because of me messing with Sandy.
all right,
Which-
all right. So okay, time for the actual fun one. Hey, look, it's Shin and Meng, which is also
Yep,
completely
can-
Jacob. Completely Jacob. He did
Yes,
a
Yep.
lot of Terra.
for some reason I became the one who decided to make this, even though everyone else was trying to make it at the exact same time.
Yep.
Yep. Because
So,
potential
Shin and
trait.
Meng, yeah, it is effectively the second class, pretty much. You sacrifice your archetype, and you get a different skill, different things you get for skill levels. You get a Shin and Meng talent, which kind of edits things a little bit. You start off with Shin, which basically is almost like an empower, where you want to get a prerequisite met in order to gain a bonus, but instead of it giving you an extra page, instead just gives you a buff that increases your damage, reduces damage taken, like an Omni buff, effectively.
Yeah.
And then Meng allows you to spend your Shin, which will recharge after a number of turns, depending on what Meng action you added, which is similar to, well, the
Special actions.
the special actions. Effectively, Shin and Meng is a culmination of almost everything else
Yep.
into this specific trait. It's very interesting.
You also get some cool ass talents that only you get because they all work in and Mong, except for one of them, which
Which
I
allows
would
you to gain an
probably
archetype,
kill
but
to
it
get
makes
otherwise.
yeah. There's one that allows you to get an archetype, but it makes you weaker. It's a weaker archetype, like worse combative.
All right.
Efficient design, which I'm pretty sure some of the devs would kill to get into there as a normal trait, not for only for Shin and Mong, because that's really damn good.
Anyways, Mong, on the other hand, which
Yes,
is what
it
you
is
spend your
effectively like
Shin
special
with.
actions. They have their own cooldowns. They spend Shin. So you need Shin in order to actually use a manga action. Or manga effect, effectively. And they're all relatively powerful.
And then
It's also
advanced
one of the
Shin
few
Mong
ones
is
that can actually gain attack weight.
Give me a second.
and also I think the only source of the game where you get skill weight to counter attack weight.
Yeah. All right. So
Then there's and then level 9. Oh yeah, you also lose your signature page. You don't get a signature page with Shin and Manga.
Yeah.
But at
Unless you
advanced,
take
at level 9 is basically kind of like your fixer talent, where it is a really powerful bonus, effectively. For starters, you start off with Shin, and if you fulfill your Shin activation requirement, you actually get double the effect, called Enhanced Shin. And then,
Shin is so
while
good
your
when
Shin
they
is
make a
enhanced,
Shin
you could
2.
actually use, you could use 2 manga actions if your Shin is enhanced.
You can
And then
spend
also,
any to end long action cooldowns and get your Shin
Yeah.
back.
effectively, it does cost sanity per cooldown remaining, so up to 15, which can be pretty costly.
Then we have the exclusive talents, which is also the end of this part of the doc.
Efficient design, it is actually kind of insane.
Yeah, that one's more likely one of the most powerful out of all of them. But I will still
Yeah,
say
I feel
that
like-
aggressive nature is still really nice to have, so you
Yeah,
can still get
Fickle
an
Memories is
archetype.
good if you really want a specific Shin type, but you're taking a different major status.
Major sin.
Major Sin.
Yep. And that's traits. Or at least the ones we
Also, I
have
had to
for
make
now.
a shimmering reference.
There we go.
Yep, Shimmering.
We fucking love
Everyone's favorite
shimmering.
gimmick from Ruina.
We love
Definitely isn't
shimmering.
overused in the end of the game.
But yeah, shimmering power is how you can get a signature page, but it's weaker.
Anyway, speaking of overused, let's talk. Oh shit! I started halfway through the document. Welcome to backgrounds. Shit.
Over 70 fucking pages of this shit.
72 pages.
But I
we
said
aren't
over 70. I'm not wrong.
Yeah, so we are going to
It
ignore
was
this.
before Christmas.
Hey, Scuffed, you still here? Are you still here, Scuffed? Remember earlier when you mentioned that we were in H Corp hell? Wait, we're not going to even acknowledge L Corp. We're not going to acknowledge N Corp, K Corp, R Corp, W, T Corp, or W Corp.
They have, if I remember correctly, like 12 pages of content. It's
Welcome.
stupid.
Well, it got slimmed down. I removed a good chunk of it because there was a lot of redundancy.
Welcome
Yep. This
to H
it's
Corp.
there's so many.
This is just the Heisho packs, by the way. This is just the Heisho packs. This is half. This is so let's
Quote
ignore
unquote half.
let's ignore
This is less than half.
this. Let's
Thankfully,
ignore these two.
only 2 of them are actually stolen from Limbus. The other 2 are unique. We made the 2 of them.
I made Cho because
Oh,
I was
shit.
born the year of the ox.
And I did this Z for the same reason, and because
Z is rat, by the way.
Yeah, and Cho is ox.
Yeah.
The entire city is H Corp. Yep, welcome to Hong Yuan Hell. Population the high show.
And
We ain't even done.
And also the
Team
higher
Fortress 2.
candidates, so you
I'm
can't.
just,
so
I'm just
yes,
gonna call it. I'm gonna call the fucking family Team Fortress 2.
Oh, hierarchy candidates.
yeah, you can play as that one guy that no one remembers the name of, and it's
She
the
who
one,
was on.
one
That's right.
thing.
It's she who was on.
Or
So
you can play as
or-
Peacock Man.
Yes, you can play as John Revengeance.
So hierarchs have a very special gimmick here. In effect, that they don't like each other. They don't like each other at all. So,
They can just kill each other.
oh yeah, no, them killing each other isn't recommended. It's kind of like more of a niche gimmick, but they can
But it
get
can be used.
it can be used. Yeah. So, dear Jesus. This is also technically a charge background set. It's majorly rupture, but it's also charge.
2 of them are charge.
And still.
Yeah, for some reason, Nugget decided to just make fucking everything from High Show.
Not every
Everything from the hierarchy candidates.
No,
Like,
there's
what the
because
fuck?
I was
there's
I,
two of them that were not made by Nugget or me or Jacob, and those are the Precious are later.
all right. So we have fuck this. So there's this motherfucker. Oh boy, that's not.
This motherfucker.
And then there's the other one.
The fun one, because Eyeball Opinion is kind of busted.
Yeah, Zupon too.
I think
yeah.
I did balance it a bit more, but it's still, I think, very
So
scary.
the reason why the
Yeah.
hierarchy candidates even exist at all, mainly because I was pissed that we didn't get any hierarchy candidate IDs.
Yeah.
Except for
We just
Zukun.
got
Except for
Zukun's
I mean,
Zukun.
we
not in
got
here
Drifter
because
Ryoshu, but that was way later.
Ryoshi
also
wasn't
not
even
a
a hierarchy
hierarchy
candidate.
she's just
Close enough.
there. It's also in a completely separate world from the rest of H Corp.
Yeah.
But you can play as Lin Dayu if you very much want to.
Yeah, she is Dayu. So the Zhu family servant is the Dayu here. And she
Also,
is our
Hongwu. Just Hongwu.
she is our one of our other major assist attackers, basically.
Jane assist attack.
Yeah.
And then
we have
there's
Just
Hongwu.
weirdly enough, Hong Lu.
we
Following
have
that
the
is Hong
two
Lu.
Hong Lus.
Yeah, we have
Once
Hong Lu
per scene,
actual
you
and
can just
Hong
do
Lu.
nothing because it doesn't matter.
Precious Jade and the Heicho commander are silly.
Yeah, Heisho Commander.
The High Show Commander is the first one to bring up that it is a high rank specific background.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
It
It
doesn't
doesn't
And
say
mention
it
here.
has a lot of unique effects because of it.
Because it's Lord of Hongyuan.
Yeah, just give me
Also,
a.
it gets
It
unique
is
equipment.
John. It
So
is the Lord of Hongyuan, and it is very silly.
Yep.
You do get the free assist attacks.
We
and
love free assist
all
attacks, though.
all the things. It's silly.
It's a bit busted. This is not beating the allegations. Also, this just all of this made Rupture overpowered.
Even before it became overpowered once we got the ability. Once count was introduced.
Yeah.
it was overpowered whenever we. Well, it was overpowered originally when we added the it does not consume count, consume stacks gimmick for certain ones, and then it became we dropped those and then we added count. So it had a
Yeah.
high low situation. It was a fucking
Yeah.
zigzag.
So these are all of the H Corp statuses. It goes on for a while. I'm not going through all
Yeah,
of them.
it is. It is. I.
So let's talk about something more
There's
fun. Like
much.
racism.
Can we just move on to something that's
I was
not
actually gonna
as?
say, how about we talk about the Blood Fiends?
I was talking about the
Oh
racism
yeah.
because we are
Let's
going.
talk about the
Well, I
goat
mean, if we're
fire
talking,
fist
no,
office.
we're gonna be talking about La Mancha Land survivors and then La Mancha Land itself.
No, wait, no.
Because
There's still syndicates to cover after this.
well,
No, we still have
No,
let's
office
scroll back up.
backgrounds.
Yeah, this is
We have
officers.
office,
Then we have to do.
and we also would have. Should we do La Mancha and?
No, wait, no. I want to
Pecon
do
and-
like a highlight thing from each of them. So officers, associations, syndicates, and then we can get to the unique
It's time for
background.
the racist. They don't like blood fiends particularly.
Yes, these
It's one
two.
of the few actual racist effects.
Yeah,
Yes.
the other one is N Corp because it's N Corp. What did you
Oh,
expect?
and this. I don't see enough people using this. I want to change that.
Which one?
Consolidarity.
Solidarity. Yeah, that one's really good.
It's one of the really good statuses, but it's just no one uses Fire Fist or Fang Hunt, and it's like so it's really
me.
a generalist or adjacent expertise user can
Yeah.
use it.
Now, if you do it with that, it's just you just have to have it on a singular page because it doesn't decay ever.
Yeah. This is effectively
Or put it on a signature to just have it. Everyone gets it at that point.
Yeah, and that's. I've used Fire Fist Survivor a few times. It's very good for potency. Dear God, I've never seen Fangham Office used.
Fang Hunt is kind of wild because it has coin
How
reuse.
wild.
So this is also one of the first instances of a background having having conditionals tied to it. Like
Yeah,
before this,
because the fuel system was not introduced as a archetype status yet.
yeah,
Yeah, it's just so much burn.
they're all racist. We have
Yes,
Wuthering Heights here, so I will.
they don't like red-eyed blood fiends. They just hate all blood fiends.
Yeah, so
They
I
get
will
coin power.
briefly just show Wild Hunt is here, and that's
Yes.
it.
Hee hee
Don't
ha
bother.
ha. Funny Doulahan. Haha. Obligatory Wild Hunt joke.
Oh, also for Quad Captain, Chum.
Yes. Gaslight.
Actually,
Gaslight.
I do have
Keep
something.
Gaslight Gas Harpoon.
I actually do have some stuff to say here. Pequod First Mate used to be one of the most powerful backgrounds in the game.
You could do infinite damage.
Yeah, basically. Because
Because it had page reuse with no limit on how many times it could be reused, just as long as you crit. So if you regained poise when you for the skill, it would crit infinitely and it would be used infinitely.
yep, Pequod Greenhorn is just the best thing ever.
It is
Resist
probably
attacks and cover.
it is like the only true support background in the entire game that has nothing else but support.
There's like one
It
other
just reduces
that I can think of, and that's
the costs of assist attack and cover. It's really fucking powerful.
the only other one that I can think of is the N-Corp Kleinenhammer, and that's just free coin power.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is also the only background with a unique panic, I believe. Like unique self panic.
Yes.
And it's from I think it's
It's
one of the statuses
Ishmael.
originally.
Yeah, it's from
It's
Quad
fish.
Survivor.
It's
from
fish
compulsion.
time.
Yeah.
Fish.
Okay, moving
Fish.
on to the associations. We are going to cover exactly two things here. Nothing else.
It's time. It's time to get cheed.
So, originally this was very unreadable, and the entire gimmick was haha funny big number.
Yes, you can and will. You have no health, but you basically can't take damage. That was the old gimmick, and it was stupid.
Yep.
Yep.
I
So
remade it into what it is.
Yeah, it's very good. You have a lot of health.
Yep, you just have a lot of stuff to work with here now.
Yeah. You
And you can
get
still gamble to high
no.
health with
Here's the funny thing. Yeah, you have like you basically start off with half your normal health
Not
for a
half,
normal character, but your
25%.
cap is doubled. No, half in comparison to a normal character's health. Double your max health, but your combat starts with 25% of your maximum health.
Oh, right, yeah. Alright.
So it's half a normal character's health starting off.
Alright, so I just can't read. Alright, so,
Yes.
moving forward to the other goofy one.
it's Lowell.
This is
It has
just Lowell.
the only bit of future proofing that I think has ever actually come up in discussions.
Yes. This is
'Cause
literally
it has
This has everything.
Like it's just good generically, and also it just has an entire thing if you somehow manage to get Zhao on your team or get her ego gear, your ego equipment. No Zhao because the
We
well
can't,
is already a high rank. How are you going to add the well?
and
But now you have
If you want to make Zhao, just grab
John
Luell and
James
just add
Byrne.
fucking volatile or something like that. No, it's high rank. Fuck. Wait.
Yeah, if you really just do Effler Acid or Sinner if
honorable
you want to do Tao Tai.
honorable mention here is Blue Association Section 3 Fixer, which is
Oh
Liu
God,
Sang.
just free sanity.
Free sanity for Liu Association.
No, for everyone who has burn.
It's tied to burn. But
Oh
it also,
shit.
but for Liu, it targets another ally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
Yeah, it is silly.
You
Moving
heal
on.
like you heal 5. 2 allies heal 5 sanity every turn. It's stupid.
Someone
It's
start the
time
club
for the
music.
syndicates.
Someone start the club music because yes, this is literally just
Obligatory EDM. It's fucking Ricardo time.
I mean, the
They
big
don't
sibling is
forget.
actually more tied to the Ricardo follower, the one that Sinclair took, especially with the Vendetta thing.
Werner.
No, that's little Gemini sibling. That's Gemini
that's
sibling.
Well,
Gemini.
it's
No,
like
this
it's
is
weirdly
big.
like it's like, but it's both. It's kind of like a weird
Yeah.
combination because Ricardo himself doesn't really do Vendetta that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, yeah,
Oh,
actually, fair enough. Also,
also,
Vendetta. Dear God, don't get hit by a non-clashing counter if you have Vendetta. You're just dead, basically.
I
So-
don't know.
so Werner is a young brother, yes, but the identity, middle little brother Sinclair is little brother. So we kind of went with the Sinclair one. I did at least.
Also, you can do my fucking hair coupons.
Yeah.
There's a gimmick for that with test and test complete. You can, in fact, get your hair coupons.
Yeah. Let's see. So the entirety of the thumb is stupid as
Thumb.
shit.
They
So
are probably the second biggest overall group if we count their subsidiaries.
so we aren't gonna talk about all of them.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna really talk about any of them outside the fact that Capo East is going to be getting Shin Mong bonuses
Yeah,
at some
and it's
point.
going to be upgraded to high rank.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just Lei Hang.
It is also the only background currently to take advantage of the hierarchy system, which is mentioned at the
Yep.
very.
No, one other does. The Blood Fiends take advantage of a unique hierarchy.
Well, yeah, the Blood Fiends in general take advantage of it, but this is the only finger who does it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
and
I mean makes sense. They're the
This
one that
is-
gives a shit about it.
this is also the best place to see the naming system for them, like compulsive, one-armed, artistic, because I
Yep.
didn't want to just call them by their names.
Yeah, you can get most of them pretty easy. Like, I wonder who the Gesellschaft Salsu could be. It's a true
Also-
mystery.
Also,
One
funny, funny coin reuse.
funny, get June, idiot. Rules of the back streets.
Um,
Uh, Blade Salt, he's here as well.
stand by for peak.
They remade this one as well.
Yep, it's
This-
still insane. You can't. Bones will be claimed.
Actually, now part of the weapon instead of its own like random
Yep.
skill page.
This is just lore accurate. I didn't-
Also, Ring Song is here. Of course he is.
Ring Song was. There he is. God damn it.
Yeah, he got nerfed a little bit. But
I had to nerf him because he was just better objectively than Otis, and as canon as it is, I don't feel
actually,
good about
I do want to bring up. Okay, where are we talking about Ring or are we talking about Blade Lineage?
We're talking about Ring. We're at Ring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think the stream is a little bit delayed.
Yeah, it's a little bit delayed.
Yeah, it's like there was a mention about that, but yeah, I actually wanted to bring up Blade Lineage Otis because I'm pretty proud of what I did for that
Yeah,
background.
So, Blade
Yeah.
Lineage
Oh my
Otis
God.
used to be the unit that would cross the Blade Lineage with the Kurakumo and make them obscenely powerful.
I
Kurokuma
decided that
Lineage.
was a dumb idea.
Yeah, it was really weird, interesting, but weird.
Yeah, because there was
So-
like a point where you could get both Dark Blade and Swordplay of the
Swordplay.
Homeland on every unit, and dear God.
Yeah. Instead, now Blade Lineage Lost Salsu is crit defense.
Yeah, it's crit defense.
It's
Which is-
like
Very.
it's so basically you could double crit defense if you want to use the Efflorest.
Yeah.
It's just parry.
Yeah, it is literally
Um,
just parry, and you have the ability to possibly even reflect. You get to reflect the damage too.
But also, somehow Ring Ideal used to actually be stronger than the canon one because he could reuse his coin 3 times for some reason. And I just removed that. And gave Otis her own type of pink that's overall stronger because it can inflict count and smoke. It is,
yeah.
I
Instead
think,
of
the
instead of
only way.
potency and fragile.
Yeah,
Welcome to the index, which there isn't much here.
this is going to be completely bulldozed because it's not fun, honestly.
So just
It's
ignore it.
really weird to do.
The Tech Liberation Islands is a special set of
Yes,
backgrounds.
he's here. He plays Potential Man, John Potential.
Thank Vessel for making the gear because they are the
Yes,
major
thank
focus
Vessel
on the
is the
gear
only
part.
one who has made all the gear, and you can play as Talisman Sinclair.
Yeah.
So if you want
so,
to,
A decent Talisman Sinclair, not a bad one.
yeah,
so
Or the God one.
You don't inflict 5 rupture on every coin. You inflict 5 rupture when you use a skill at max.
so Tech Liberation Alliance is also one of the only backgrounds that grants ego gear that is planned. There are more planned. I will get to that near the end.
Yep. Yep. Then there's the Blood Fiends. They are existing. They are honestly pretty
I-
fun.
I think I made all the Blood Fiends for the most part.
So,
Yeah. I think I had some help with some aspects of them. We each
Yeah,
made
no, everyone helped a
the
little
blood
bit with the
arts.
aspects. I was the one who was focused on just making them work.
And
So-
you can do like all of them. You can become Mercedes if you very much want to.
you become.
Yeah, Hard
you
Blood
can,
Adept is Otis. Bloodthirsty Madman is
No, I think Bloodthirsty Madman is Otis. Hardblood Adept would most likely be
It's
Rodion.
No, it
Starving
was-
Warrior, because Bloodthirsty Madman is like big damage, go fast, big damage.
I mean, we can just look
well,
at
Hard
it.
Blood Adept was supposed to be based upon the scissors. I remember that much. Bloodthirsty Madman is kind of like the only one that fits Rhodia, and then Starving Warrior was obviously Gregor,
Greg
and then Persevering
Persevere
Survivor was added on later for Mercedes.
Yeah.
Yep. And then there's Parental Leader, which is Dawn.
Which is
And
Dawn.
you can actually become a second kindred if you want to.
Normally, you would be locked to like 6 and below.
7
Yeah.
and below, but
Blood
More or
Fiend.
less.
yeah, no, you don't get to play as a Elder Blood Fiend because fuck no.
Blood Feast is a bit, in my
Silly.
opinion, it's a bit underwhelming. But I don't really play Blood Fiend.
It can be very silly and incredibly strong.
If you have a team built for Blood Feast, it's very strong, but on its own,
Yeah.
it can be pretty underwhelming. Yeah.
Yeah, Blood
Yeah.
Feast, all of
Also-
the Blood Feast. So let's talk about Freelancer Fixer.
A generalist.
Oh yes, the freelancers.
So, Generalist
It's time
Fixer
for-
is... Generalist Fixer can range from, okay, you just didn't want to pick background, to Jesus Christ, what is your build?
Hey, what is your build?
Yeah. because you can pick
You can get
non-unique
crazy with
statuses.
generalist.
You can get very creative with generalist, and it's
Do not. Capo has a very silly option with discipline. It's such a silly gimmick that you can use to terrifying extents.
yeah, no, don't worry. Capo is still very stock.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Rule
let's talk.
though, I do wait before we go any further. I do want to bring up that generalist does have a rule whenever choosing non-unique statuses, and that is if it has a status tied to it, like test and test complete. If you want to test complete, you need to get test. You can't just
Yes.
go, oh, I grab half of what is required.
Yeah, you can't just go, oh yeah, I have test complete, so now I have a page that just goes, that gives me +2 base power, +2 coin damage, and just makes, and I get free attack weight. No, you have to take test.
Yeah,
And on top of that, certain statuses do have ties to certain backgrounds. You can see this with load on W Corp or the High Show Pack with their different death rights.
With
Generalist
the
does not count for any of
Dietschy's
those. You just get the basic effects, which is usually nothing. So
yeah.
don't
Yeah.
grab those unless you're wanting just an
Yeah.
extra resource.
So,
Also, you can take resonance from from a faction you'd be a part of, because if 3 allies are part of a faction, you can just join them.
yep.
You're
Color
basically
aspirants.
a wild card fourth man for any group.
Color
Yeah.
Aspirant is arguably the silliest you can get in this game because this is
Yep.
because if you've thought being a blood fiend is stretching the imagination in this game, good lord.
We created the original Rain.
We did rain first.
Yes.
Did Rain first.
So
OC
let's
do not steal. This is not the first time we made something and then Limbus accidentally added it in.
I made a flagellant priest character before goddamn Bloodfiend Gregor, who's self-inflicted bleed. I am still gonna hold that in high regard.
Also, Cho branch being a Tremor Rupture came out before the Wu branch, also
Okay.
revealed to be Tremor Rupture with tank with the ability to remove statuses from self.
yeah,
Oh,
that was all. I am a fucking oracle sometimes, and I hate it.
so starting with
Oh.
Black Aspirant Fixer, this
Haha, funny. I have nothing but my sorrow and I want nothing more.
so Black Aspirant Fixer
Yeah.
used to be somewhat different in the sense
Yeah,
that
I changed it recently.
you lost a lot of customization in exchange for being Roland.
John Ruina.
One of
You
their
get nine.
gloom
You get 9
things.
pages instead of 6.
Yep.
Well,
Yes.
I think, and you would have gotten a 10th page for Furioso, but I have changed it to where it's now the weapon skill.
Yeah, it's
The
the
weapon you
weapon
get for
skill.
free.
But again, that is still very powerful. He is
Who would want to be him? Rien. Rien did not want to be him.
Black Aspirant is still stupid.
Also, no one knew who Roland was. They only.
No, they do. They did. Callisto did mention that a certain fixer in the library. They knew about Roland.
Yeah, they know about him, but they still don't know who he is. They only know him as like basically the Black Silence, outside the Index, because Index is Index.
So,
Index is index is index.
Black Aspirant Fixer is one of the only ones that increase your deck size. It increases it to 9. Which
And you can't use anything that would reduce it because that fucks up so many things.
yeah, it would mess
Yep.
with it mechanically.
Because you need all 9 to be used in order to get your Furioso.
Yep.
And none of these weapons can be lost either. So you can't
Yeah, you
use
can't
the nameless
lose
set of weapons.
any background exclusive equipment is unable to be lost. You will always have it no matter what.
Unless you actively sell it, I guess.
Okay, and
Unless you actively choose to unequip it, but then like why?
There are some exceptions, but mainly why?
and then there's
Holy shit, is that the blank?
oh god. Okay. So this did go through a lot
That's
of
more
decent.
likely one of the most basic.
This
Yeah,
was the most
it's
basic,
simple,
but like
it's silly.
this also went through a few changes, admittedly, in the sense that we had to figure out what was considered infinite speed for a while.
Yes. Yes, it is the red mist.
Yes, it is the
You can
red
also see
mist.
that there's something right below, but we'll not talk about that. That's a surprise tool that'll help us later.
It's not yet. Not yet.
Not
So,
just yet.
red mist is also one of the only backgrounds that affect light cost effectively.
Unless you're Limbus
'Cause
style, in which case it's weird.
Limbus
It's Gebra. What did you expect for
Limbus
her to
style
point there?
just
No,
increases your
hold
base
this,
power.
hold this to 0 light.
Okay. Well, guess we show now. So yes, we also
Okay,
have Virgilius.
fraud. No, incorrect. He is the goat.
Incorrect. Wrong.
Yeah.
Take that
He
shit
is
back.
one of the backgrounds that gets Shin and Mong. And his
Yep.
is purely offense.
Because that's all Virgilius does and can. It's just more damage because he's angry and pissed.
And in doing so, he also just constantly drains his sanity for his Mong.
Yep.
However, you also have Burn Fragile for Wrath.
Yes. He is pure offense.
Yep.
Yeah, no, his Shin is literally +6 base damage, +2 coin damage dealt, and it's only for Wrath pages.
Yep. Blue
It's
Fixer.
literally the plus 50% more
Okay, let's
Wrath
talk
damage.
about the
That's it.
blue man. Oop, that's a spoiler.
So it's Blue Man. He is getting reworked to be less silly and more interesting to play, rather than just, oh yeah, I have a billion coin power. He's more
Also,
red mist
Tremor
than the
version
actual red mist.
0.1.
Shut up. Alright, let's see.
Reverberation is literally like Tremor.
So, Indigo Fixer Aspirant, also silly.
Me.
Also has
I made
Shin.
that because everyone was making color fixer aspirants, and I was like, what do I make? Fuck it, we'll make it the fucking old man.
The old man.
Also,
He's also the
That-
first instance of retreating in the
Yeah.
in this
no,
document.
Deviat.
Deviat is
Well,
the first
Deviat-
instance.
Well, he was the
Deviat
first one to
added
actively
later.
retreat. No, Deviat had retreating, but he didn't really have a way to return. This guy could jump in and out of combat.
Yeah, which is very cool.
Yeah. Alright, so. And then there's purple. Dear God, purple.
Which is hell.
Purple is
You
basically
get 4 deck. You get 4 deck because fuck it, we ball.
And you cycle.
And
You
to
can
get
basically
her-
choose your slash, pierce, blunt, and defense.
And I accidentally pressed left click on my foot. So yeah.
You also you do not get her passive, so you don't get immunity to statuses if you choose guard. Thank
So,
fuck.
Fun fact, this Pride major residence, it used to be just a part of her passive.
To be fair, she used to also not have 4 goddamn decks.
Yeah. Okay, time for the biggest chunk of this stream. Dear God, I'm gonna need another hot pocket.
Creation. Well, actually, how about this? Since page creation is such a big thing, maybe we want to save that for next stream, so that
Yeah, and
people
we
don't
can-
get tired out, because we did yap for like a good couple of hours, and also Scuffed since 4 a.m.
Yeah, it's
You're about to
4.
complete
Yeah.
a FNAF shift at this rate, Scuffed.
Alright. So, you don't want.
So
Okay.
we'll hold
So-
up. Let's go into the doc ideas. Let's go into
Yeah,
the
let's go into open doc.
what
This
we're
is
gonna
all-
do
this
in the
is gonna be
future.
fun.
Alright. So, who do you want to start with first, though?
I might as well go through mine because it's pretty funny.
Alright, so we are starting with Jacob. Where do you want to start here?
Well,
Dude.
it's the only thing I want to show is this is our open doc ideas. We put stuff in here together so that we can know what the hell we're doing. The only thing that I have that is almost done, or is done basically, is the section 12 question mark, and you can see that it says color fixer. Color fixers and beyond.
Okay, so from what I
Welcome
understand.
to prestige levels.
Oh yeah. Yep. Welcome to Prestige.
Yeah, so basically, I have made a special ruling levels where you can go beyond level 10 up to level 15. And these 5 extra levels just decide to say, fuck it, I'm no longer dealing with that rule. You no longer have to deal with max power at level 2 of this. At level 1, your stat caps go up to 50 instead of 40. You no longer have a conditional limit. It is, well, it's more like prestige classes in D&D, if I were to compare it to anything, or epic levels specifically. That's the one I'm thinking of. Epic levels from D&D 3.5 edition,
Yup.
where it goes beyond level 20. It also introduces the ability to of different color abilities, which there are 7 because I thought of the sins again. But you can recolor them. So if you want red to be more like a pink, for example, you could do that. And you basically get a level 1 and a level 3 variation, and you get a second a talented fixer talent called the True Color talent. So this is basically, if you want to just say fuck it and just break the game, this is what you do. You just put them on color levels, and
Like,
you just have fun.
if I were to describe it, this is effectively you going from being a urban night, like at level 10, being urban nightmare reception, to being a Star of the City reception. This
Possibly
is
even
your power level.
Imperitas at level 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you reach that point, you are like, you can go in there and can probably kick like an AOF abnormality's ass.
So,
Possibly an Arbiter or two.
alright.
Possibly.
Claw, maybe.
So Judge, do you
Probably not an arbiter. Yep. The backgrounds in reworks. There's a lot of things.
this
My
is
backgrounds in reworks.
this is where the
So,
there's a double
I let my autism out to play in here.
there's a double indent here under proselyte.
Yes.
That-
Yes, I'm aware.
Okay.
But I'm basically reworking the entire index to work more with the singleton trait and to just be more interesting to play as rather than
Boring.
you have to pray to God you get lucky with stuff. So the
Yeah.
proselyte, you get a status to base it off of, which can be used by generalists so they get something, because there's a lot of unique stuff in the index. Oh fuck! When's that? I gotta.
Alright, so
There's a
then
few things that aren't entirely done, like the Spider's Index Apprentice background, but like proselyte is just like generic stuff. You get funny passive Grace of the Prescript, and you get power up for 1 damage type. Index, all 3. You have Esther with her insane white regen and page draw. You have Hubert, I think is his name.
Veg Bud, you're kind of breaking up on the stream.
Oh damn.
Yeah, you're lagging out a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh no.
Yeah, that's shame. Do you just want to get to the good part though?
Sure.
Alright, where it's down, right?
It's down. It's below the Tech Liberation Alliance.
There we go.
It's the fucking baby bee.
It's Baby B.
So yeah, you can become Vespa. You have Baby V mentioned, correct. Impale is basically designed to be like the pinned from arrows, just way better. Because it can increase max stacks, but it also works for poise and charge as well to use. You are supposed to be like, overall my design philosophy behind it is just like, you can have multiple ways to play it rather than just one fixed way. This is how you're supposed to play it.
Yeah.
Because you can use Harpoon, just like keep it on you to get the buffs from having it. You can focus on Impale to like be like a support buffer almost that helps with maintaining statuses, increasing the potency, or just damage. Or you can just spend and throw and recall it constantly to make use of the damage it deals upon being recalled. Also, it has access to Shin if you give up your archetype. And also Blue Aspirant rework, so you're not just gaining a
It's right-
billion
yeah,
coin
right below.
power.
Yep.
Ignore new conditional. That's just there. You go down past new conditional. It's
There we
right
go.
below it. It's basically very similar to the one that is currently, where you inflict vibration equal to the page number,
There we go.
and you get buffs when you're within a certain distance, when you're close to that vibration. But it's base power now instead of a billion coin power. And if you land it perfectly on the vibration, you get even more base power. And also, you can actually do stuff other than just gain coin power.
Yep.
And 1 second.
So this will probably be added
Yeah,
soon. I
you
want to.
can do actual interesting gimmicks with it rather than just become more red mist than the actual red mist background.
Yep.
Because, good God, +5 coin power is one hell of a drug.
All right. So, you done here?
Yep, that's basically all I want to talk about for my section.
All right. Guess it's my turn now.
Yep.
So, this is more of a dev thing right here. This is ego creation rules. This is peeking behind the curtain of what we're gonna do for egos. Currently, we only have rules for Limbus Company, Enkephalon, and N Corp. And these two are very different. Limbus Company Enkephalon is more based on the attunement system that is only vaguely mentioned by certain people in Limbus Company, like Hohenheim and I think like
Martin.
Yeah, Martin. And then
I mean,
there's
it's also referenced in certain backgrounds, but like
yeah.
Faust, Arthur Faust mentions it.
And as well
Oh,
as
yeah, I like
Don
that.
Quixote for
That's
with-
lobotomy.
Yeah, but even then, she still has to deal with the fact that she is basically the human equivalent of the Queen of Hatred.
Yeah, so then we have N Corp, and I really, really, really just wanted to get to N Corp all of the time.
Yes,
Because
it's just cooler.
Yeah, because Contempt Awe is just really fucking cool.
Yes, you can get the funny parry the bullets.
So abnormal synergy is one of the overclocked and abnormal synergy are the gimmicks. Being better awakenings and well, more pages from your allies.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just kind of fucking cool.
Yeah. Because it is fucking cool.
Yep. And
You shoot your ally and then they just parry the bullets to kill everyone else.
yeah. And time for the more boring stuff, unfortunately. Welcome to Offices, which is the main fallback area, you could call it. So Offices is a general term for everything. I'm sorry, I'm kind of brain fogging.
No,
So
it's fine.
so Fixer Offices
Oh, thank you, Scuff.
thank you, Scuffed. Please
It,
please spread the word of this game. We really want more people. But enough.
I thought you were about to full on brain fog and just go, please like and subscribe.
Oh, fuck. Shut up. Okay, so Offices.
no. Turn on notifications.
So offices
Ring the fucking
is
bell.
also where most of our benefits in like general benefits and general negatives come in. Specifically this section, pay to keep the place. Because I realized at a certain point that being KO'd basically had no consequences because in this system you would you have 3 chances to clear the day and you can reset.
Cactus, never mind. Fuck this. Be very careful. The head will kill you.
But if you
I think
if you
they care
pass,
much for taxes. They care more for rules.
yeah, so the utilities bill is how I punish pass outs but not fully wiping. And so you have to, pay a certain amount at the end of the season. Season is like the general name for a 10-day segment
It's
because
like TV based.
yeah, it's TV.
Yeah. Later on in the book, the document, it will talk about how the time
Ye-
scaling works. It is very much TV season
So
series
if you
based.
want to learn more about that, go read section 8, which is like a clear divide in quality.
Yeah.
Anyways, so speaking of quality, the quality of your office. This was very, very fun to make because, well, now you have a reason to be more scarce with your on instead of just blowing it on equipment all of the time. Yeah, it is a TTRPG, so there's just gonna
At
be a
least you're
lot
not
of
making a Rifts character. If you wanted to, like, trying to make a Rifts character is absolute fucking hell.
mm. Mind you, this section is still unfinished. I'm not done with it.
Yeah.
Not all of the bonuses are made. Like like I kind of just made this one today, which is kind of fun. Anyways, let's talk about something
Yeah.
that will absolutely break the game. Don't you just love
Give
power
me.
stacking?
I main Gevra. It's always my favorite thing to power stack. I love rolling a 12 on a 3 to 7.
So, silly power. Why is this shrinking?
I main Gevra, fair enough.
Alright, so, the attributed passives. There's only, a small amount here. What is this like? This is 7. But
7.
these can heavily change combat gameplay. I mean, bloody full ore.
Yeah, that's just insane for the Blood Fiends.
Bloody full ore is great. Aspirational is incredible. And you can get more attributable passives. Either by defeating. So, either by having standard equipment that was equipped for at least 4 episodes, which was inspired by Expedition 33. Yes, it's getting another fucking award. Um. Alternatively, you can, purchase more with by increasing your Fixer grid, or by defeating an enemy with the Prolium Vitale passive, which is essentially
This
just
is important.
which are
We're
just
calling you on not EX33.
look, man, Expedition 33 took me off this for like a week straight. I love that game. I can see why it won so much, but I can definitely see where it was kind of glazed. So Fixer Grade runs off of a fun system. Where it's a completely different EXP system, except it's a skill level again. Okay, so
Just like Office EXP, basically.
yes. However, we also have Monster Hunter ranking, because yes, I did that intentionally.
Also, high rank and high rank are different things. Don't get them confused.
Yes. You can become a subsidiary, which used to be a thing all the way back before 1.0.
Oh my god, no. Don't mention it. It was a fucking mess.
All the way before 1.0, this was a thing where you could get sponsored by
Yeah,
an
you could
association.
also become sponsored by Wings, and F Corp was an option, so congratulations, you can Bina them.
Yes. One of the plans is to have Hana and Tress be only accessible as backgrounds through the subsidiary system. Which is, just kind of fun.
Yeah.
Threat
Hana
class.
being way harder to get because it's Hana.
Yeah, so threat classifications. You might notice that it only goes up to WoW. That's intentional, because realistically, you don't want to. You aren't encountering a Aleph enemy, at least not encountering and surviving it. Yeah, Aleph will probably just kill you.
Yeah, it's
Aleph
fast.
is basically you're fighting a part of it. Like it's like fucking fighting Kefka in Final Fantasy VI. There's like 3 parts to it. You're only fighting one of the 3 parts.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Or you're fighting it with some advantage in your favor.
Yeah, so we have the workshop license. This
Crafting
is
systems.
This is inspired by the old personal weapon archetype, which was removed for good reason.
Oh god.
This is basically an office side hustle that you can do. You can make your own equipment.
Yeah, it's like Vessel's actually trying to work on a cooking system as well. So
Yes. Yeah. Whatever you do, do not drink iced tea. It's going to get you killed. She will spawn. She will just spawn.
Okay, so this was actually kind of nice to make. I liked making this.
Also, you recently made this, as in like 4 hours ago.
Yeah. This was kind of cool to make. I like crafting systems.
Guns are expensive. Seriously.
500
also,
odds.
We are not. It's not turning into that. If anything, it's turning into Enfield.
Yeah, and Enfield is the better comparison, because none of these, like outside of these, materials will have like general passives like these.
I was saying it just because I don't think you guys want to be compared to fucking Genshin Impact.
Oh, absolutely not. I hate that game with a burning passion. It can burn in hell unless
I haven't played it. I just hate it by default.
Okay.
It's a fine game, but oh god.
If MiHoYo sponsors me, I might change my tune.
If MiHoYo does a collab with Olympus
Company, Crisp 20, I might be willing to reconsider.
Crisp 20. That's a
or Olympus Company collab.
Ooh, right. Even then,
If if
no.
if Kim Jae-hoon himself came here and was like, "Yo, lunacy,"
I would have to be able to shake Kim Ji-hoon's hand to ever play Kenshin ever again. Okay,
About to
let's.
say, I thought you were about to like say like if he does a collab with Genshin Impact, I'm gonna do the fucking Iron meme
they
to
don't
him.
know he's Ian.
Okay, so there's the other. This is more generic. This is basically stuff you can do in the interim of the main plot or whatever.
Yeah, this is like filler missions that you could just do to get some money or get some little fights, or certain things are actually pretty important.
Yes.
You can do some stuff in here. Also,
Um,
by the way, deliver food to the food bank is one of the only things where it's just like, oh yeah, you could just be a complete piece of shit in the city. Like, even more so than usual, because you're stealing food from the DXG,
kill my landlord
who are
is
like
a.
one of the only slightly decent organizations in the city that don't actively hate everyone.
Yeah.
You just steal from, like, effectively from the fucking.
I can tell. Okay, I can tell all of us are getting a little bit tired because I accidentally misread "find my child" as "fight my child."
Okay. Then I'll just skip to the neat part. So these two right here,
Called?
we have two right here, which have Prolium Fatales. Now, this one, the Flashfire Office one, is because that's actually a dev, that's a dev office. We
Its
made
OCs do
Flashfire.
not steal.
Yeah. We are the ones behind, Flashfire. In fact,
We are the ones behind the slaughter.
we are actually, Flashfire.
I'm the Flare Boy.
Yeah, we have Flashfire, we
Well,
have
okay, I am
CEO,
I yeah.
yeah, COR Workshop is also us.
Yeah, I am like there's a couple of different things. I full on made a flare gun guy for Flashfire. Yeah, he is the captain of Flashfire.
Alright, so,
I just made that one nameless Fire Fist office fixer if Carmen decided to have a little jaunt over to him.
okay, so, we
And then
actually
Nugget
made,
made a moth.
we actually made really good time on this.
Yeah.
Like, it's only been,
I'm glad that I said to like let's maybe not continue the fucking doc explanation.
yeah, it's
3
3,
hours, 16 minutes.
yeah, and I, like, that's great. So, you might want to share this part with friends because we're gonna post this in the server anyways. So, stream rewards. Since I'm streaming now, I have some the follower, milestones, which are just more stuff to City of Ruina.
Good news, Scuff, it's almost over.
Also, this is all set up by him. This like I have no ties to any of this, so if he starts trying to pull something,
Yep. So
however,
these.
I'm more than likely going to be forced to have to do something with the team leader background because
Show me Moses!
she is one of my favorite
Yep.
characters. Like,
So
I will be doing the lamp background because the birds are my favorite abnormality groups. You cannot stop me.
yeah, I can't stop him. So these are the rewards I want to do for reaching certain milestones when it comes to followers. For example, and these are just pretty blatantly uh
Hype moment and aura.
yeah, this is just riding the coattails of Canto 9. So like we have Ezra, we have Moses, Alyssa, um
Hohenheim.
Hohenheim,
Hohenheim.
obviously the Nurse Fathers, and then we have some actual content related stuff. like Murder on the Warp Express, La Mancha Land Raid, and then an actual like campaign, which is based around an original.
Which are called series.
Yes. So the corporate espionage series would be focused around the declining W Corp and an office which has recently lost a member, but they don't know when they lost him. So it would be going back and discovering that after a contract with W Corp, they came back with one less member. And the entire thing is eventually culminating in the collapse of W Corp. I am very biased to W Corp because it's like my
No, it's
favorite.
fair. They're cool.
Yeah, like the cleanup crew is
They
cool.
they're one of the only. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the cleanup crew is cool. The entire thing is kind of just cool to me, and knowing that I kind of called it, that W Corp was massively declining after Library of Ruina, because back in like the 2.0 era, the original campaign called Fixer 9 to 5 also had a plot point where it was W Corp was collapsing and N Corp was coming into it.
Also, don't look for Fixer 9 to 5. It sucks, kind
Oh
of.
god. Yeah, no, that thing's ancient by now. But
Yeah.
We tried to
not
do
work
mirror
yet.
dungeons. It was not a good idea. Well, Nugget tried to do mirror dungeons. I had no fucking ties to that campaign.
yeah, so
Then I managed to deal like 100 damage because bleed against the Funeral of the Dead Butterflies and got a pair of guns for it.
yeah, but
There's
yeah.
also the fact that during that era, Pierre almost got one shot.
Yikes.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Damage numbers were so bad that
the
they were so
NPCs.
powerful that no one could survive a normal attack. They couldn't survive from rats.
Yeah. So
And when we fought the rats, we styled on them so hard it wasn't even funny.
But,
Half of us just
I think there
manifested
was
ego
one
to kill them.
person who had trouble with the rats, and that was just because the rats got to go first somehow.
yeah. So
Wouldn't be some ego iron. This is 4 rats we're up again.
So with this, the stream is basically over because we went over everything we kind of wanted to go over.
For now, we still
Yeah.
need to go through part 2, which would actually be making pretty much teaching how to make pages and whatnot.
Yeah, and we will do that next week, probably at like a better time, because
Yeah.
More than likely, like 3 hours earlier than
not just 3 hours earlier. I'm thinking
This
about
one,
doing it in like the
say.
morning. Because like if I'm just gonna make a VOD of the stream anyways and upload it to YouTube.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alright, so thank you for watching, even if you are currently one of the only people in chat. And spread the word, please.
I want to make the
Fuck.
I really want to make lamp, please.
Okay, yes. If we get to 100 followers on Twitch, we will be able to make pretty much a good chunk of the LCE raid. So, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. Am I the El Dante to the fucking Kim Ji-hoon's Dante?
Kim Ji-hoon trio.
Alright. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to end the stream
So
now.
now you just made me think of Kim Ji-hoon, but it's Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Okay, I'm ending the stream now. Bye.